Hi guys, today I am going to be talking about my filming gear, what I use to make videos here on YouTube, as well as just some other tech stuff that I have that might not necessarily be exactly about filming. Hope that you enjoy this video and find it useful. First of all, the kind of go-to camera for me that I use a lot, that I find most accessible, is the Canon G7X. I'll include some shots in the video because I am filming on it right now. The Canon G7X is the first camera that I started vlogging on. It's very small, so it's easy to travel with, easy to carry around all day and just forget you even have it until you see something that you want to film. The image quality is very good for a point and shoot. Very happy with the quality. It's also awesome in low light. Can do 60 frames per second. Also, the camera has a convenient flip-up screen. You can see yourself while you're filming and kind of tell where the framing is. Negatives would be that the focus is not the best, sometimes slow, or a lot of times if I'm vlogging, I look at the footage afterward and I find the background, like over here, is perfectly in focus and my face is just for some reason out of focus. The microphone for the camera is on top. It's really easy when you're holding the camera to put your finger over it and then the sound is completely ruined. I've definitely done that before. Brings me to another point that you cannot connect an external microphone to the G7X at all. Also, of course, the Canon G7X is a point and shoot camera, so it has its limits. For example, you cannot detach the lens and add a new one that's more specific to what you want to film. The lens you have is what you have. It's not perfect, but I would give the Canon G7X an excellent rating overall. It's just a very convenient camera. Maybe for more cinematic shots or more professional quality film, you're gonna want something else, but the Canon G7X is an excellent start. My other go-to camera is the Canon 7D. Very different from the G7X. This camera is pretty big and it's heavy. It's gonna give your arm a workout carrying it around and filming with it all day. Good luck trying to vlog on this thing. I've heard that people do it. I tried, but this camera is outstanding for cinematic type shots. Beautiful. I'm just always really impressed with the quality. Of course, it is a very nice camera. The lens that I have on my 7D right now, right here, is a lens that I am so impressed with, and I just want to tell everyone about how absolutely amazing it is. For a while, it was a dream lens of mine, continually amazed by it, even now that I've used it and am familiar with it. Kind of a long name. It is a Canon EFS 17 to 55mm f/28 USM IS zoom lens. I had to practice that to be able to say it all. The colors on this lens are really just the main thing about it that really make it stand out. The colors are incredible. Zoom. Like that. It is a big lens, pretty heavy, and paired on the 7D, it's kind of a commitment to take it out filming all day for me because it's not small. Pretty much always keep this lens on it because it's just my favorite lens. But I do have other lenses, and that brings me to, this is another camera, but before I talk about that, I am drawing attention to the other lens here because sometimes I use this one as well for filming. This is a Sigma DC 17 to 70mm 2.8 to 4 lens. It's a great lens, great zoom on it. It's actually kind of older. It does this now, but oh well, it's a used lens, so I'm not that picky about it. And then as for this camera that it is on, this is a camera that I do not use very often because it does not film video. It is a Canon EOS Rebel XSi. Sometimes I will take this camera out if, for example, I know that I'm going out with the G7X and I'm going to do all of my filming on the G7X, and then I just want a camera to take photos. Maybe I put down the G7X and I'm filming a time-lapse or something, and then while that's going, I want to do some photography. Sometimes I'll use it for that, but it's not that often because I kind of feel like I should just take the 7D because that can film as well. I don't know, I'm just thinking of like the scenarios when I would use this camera, but it's not very often. And now, pretty different from the big cameras that I've just shown you, is this little one. This one is a GoPro Hero 4. I pretty much only use the GoPro in situations where there is water or I just would be worried about taking the other cameras because they seem too delicate. For example, if I was going to be mountain biking or something like that, putting it on the bike. I obviously wouldn't want to put my other cameras on there because they're gonna get... This one, I know I can just do anything to and it can handle it, so that's good to have when you're filming. What I use this camera most for is when I go to the beach, swimming, snorkeling, diving, anything like that. GoPro is awesome. So small, it fits just in the palm of your hand. You're not gonna get so much of cinematic shots on this camera, and also personally, I just really don't like the fisheye lens. I know that some people like it, but personally I cannot stand that bubble effect to a video. Love the GoPro. I love that I can film underwater, that I can film without worrying about the camera getting ruined, basically. Now for a category that I find really interesting and fun, filming equipment. Not cameras, but equipment that you use specifically for filming. First and foremost, I might say, of that for me would be this. It is called a gimbal, to those of you who are not familiar. This one is by Zhiyun Tech. This is kind of a new acquisition for me, and I am just loving it so far. Getting used to it and learning some more stuff about it. The camera would be mounted right here. Basically, this is going to stabilize your camera, and you turn it on. It will be able to make your camera completely level and steady at all times. Beautiful pans, shots going up, really makes for beautiful footage. Say that you're following someone up a staircase, around a corner, walking really fast. Even if you have super steady hands and are working really hard to stabilize the shot, if you're walking, not to mention running, your video is going to be a little up and down. This just not even minimizes, this cuts all of that out, so you will have a completely steady, smooth, just effortless looking shot. A little heavy, but that's because it's very well made. The only thing is that when you put the G7X on it, you can't do the flip up screen, but other than that, I love this thing. Kind of the less tech version of that would be this selfie stick. It is the Quickpod Selfie Extreme, very strong. You can put pretty much any camera on it and it's going to be able to hold the weight. I can put my 7D on this, no problem. You can lengthen it quite a ways. If I lengthen it the whole way, you'll not be able to see it anyway, so I'm not going to do that. And now, two pieces of tech equipment that are really important to me but aren't specifically for filming. Most importantly is my MacBook Air. Very thin, sleek, very important to me. I do all of my editing on here. Jason Bourne computer. If you watch my videos, you know what that means. Another piece of technology that has been surprisingly awesome, it is an iVideo Pocket Wi-Fi device. There it is, pretty thin. That's where you plug it in to charge. I had heard of pocket Wi-Fi devices before, but I just never really used them. I just rely on Wi-Fi. Then here in Bali, I actually started getting SIM cards for internet because sometimes the Wi-Fi goes down here. It's just kind of a thing. Then I got this. Works on any 2G or 3G phone signal. This one is specifically for Asia. There's also ones for North America, Europe, and stuff like that. Gives about 1 gigabyte a day. This thing is just awesome. So easy to use and small. You know, you can put it in your bag and then go and you have Wi-Fi with you. To those of you in the US with phone plans, you know, you have that anyway. But when you're traveling and you don't have access to Wi-Fi, when you're out and about, only when you get home, this is awesome. And especially when you work online and then those days that the Wi-Fi goes out and there's no internet, pocket Wi-Fi to the rescue. You see about that slow focus on that G7X? Did you see that? These here are all of my camera batteries, and I have more in the cameras themselves. Memory cards and adapters. Chargers for my cameras, all of my converters, a pocket juice. You can just plug it into your phone basically charges in your bag as you're walking or something like that. An external microphone just for the GoPro. Don't really use it. I don't like that it has a cord. I need one without that. Case for the GoPro that I always use going underwater. A bunch more accessories for the GoPro. The float so that it'll float in the water. Different kind of case, clips, all kinds of things. things. iPhone 6, chargers for the phone, 2 GB hard drive, 2 little hard drives, tiny as you can see. Headphones, very important for editing unless you want people at the coffee shop to be hearing, and that, like that. It's pretty annoying. So yeah, essential. And of course a charger for the laptop. So guys, that is the tech that I use. Hope that you found some useful information in this video. As always, I have a lot more adventures coming up. If you want to subscribe to my channel and see those, you can do so. All of the tech that I mentioned in the video is listed out down below. It's all in the description. Thanks for watching. Bye!